Hello everyone, this is Nimsi Rex Thomas from 10E and today I will be doing a presentation on Quit India Day. First, let's understand what is Quit India movement and how did Quit India movement start. All started from Japan's threat on Britain. Following the World War II, Britain had suffered many losses in Southeast Asia and Japan had threatened Britain that they would invade India soon. So because of this, the Allies pressurized Britain to seek India's cooperation. To seek India's cooperation, Stafford Cripps was sent to India. He was the former Solicitor General for England and Wales and a politician. So he implemented the Cripps mission, which had the key objective to secure Indian cooperation and support for British war efforts and to negotiate with the leaders. What were the proposals of Cripps mission? Setting up an Indian dominion. That means that they would give Indians power to rule and form a government. A constituent assembly would be formed and they will be able to form a new constitution for the country. And if any province is unwilling to join the Indian dominion or the Indian rule, they can form a separate place or a separate union and have a separate constitution. But until the constitution came into force, India's defense would be controlled by the British and the power of the Governor General would remain unchanged. And the transfer of power and the rights of minorities would be safeguarded, and this would be done by the negotiations between Constituent Assembly and British government. But the Cripps mission failed. But why did the Cripps mission fail? It was rejected by the INC, the Muslim League and other Indian groups. The Muslim League did not like the idea of a single union and they protested against the method for the Constituent Assembly's creation. And as for the INC, they were against the province's right to separate and form a union as they thought that it would damage the national unity. And they were also against the Governor General's power being retained. And they were also against the Governor General being the only constitutional head of the country. And not only that, they protested against the lack of share in defense. And they also thought that there was no proper plan for immediate transfer of power. And as for the other Indian groups like Hindu Mahasabha and the Liberals, they were against the right of states to be independent. The depressed classes also objected because they were worried about their status in the country because they were the minority. And it is also believed that the mission was failed because there was a lack of support by some people like the British PM Winston Churchill, Secretary of State of India Leo Amery and other people. The failure of the Cripps mission led to the Quit India movement. On August 1942, there was an All India Congress Committee session in Bombay at Gwalior Tang Maidan, which is now popularly known as August Kranti Maidan. There, Gandhiji launched the Quit India movement through a speech, and in his speech, he gave the call, do or die. During this committee session, Aruna Asif Ali, who was also fighting for freedom, hoisted the Indian flag. And the slogan Quit India was coined by Yusuf Meher Ali. Now, what were the demands of the Quit India movement? The demand was to end the British rule and only then would they get the cooperation of the Indians in World War II. And one more thing was there was a demand to form a provincial government after the withdrawal of the Britishers. Now let's talk about the three phases of the Quit India movement. The first phase started with the immediate arrest of leaders. Congress was banned, and because of the arrest of leaders, it led to violent movements such as attacks on British leaders, government buildings, buses, etc. In the second phase, the movement which started from Bombay spread to various parts of the country, and at some places the British rule was eliminated completely. And as for the third phase, there were underground movements which were secretly held by leaders like R.M. Lohia, J.P. Narayan, Aruna Asif Ali. And a leader named Usha Sharma started an underground radio in Bombay. But also during this movement, there were people who did not support, like the Muslim League, the Hindu Mahasabha, and the Communist Party. Now, what was the outcome of the movement? The Quit India movement was violently suppressed by the British, and the Britishers declared the Indian National Congress to be an unlawful association and illegal. And when the Quit India movement campaign was crushed in 1944, the Britishers had said that they would refuse to grant immediate independence because they said that it would only happen after the war had ended. And this also had a positive effect because it had shook the British rule and it also paved the way for India's independence. That is all about the Quit India movement. And till this day, we celebrate the Quit India Day, which is celebrated on August 9th. And it is celebrated by paying tribute and homage to our freedom fighters by national integration speeches and other cultural events. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.